Imagine lying on an operating table, trusting the man you love with a knife in his hand, only to wake up missing a piece of your soul. What if your forever husband wasn't your protector, but your predator? This is the story of a woman who discovered her kidney was stolen during childbirth. Buckle up, because this tale of love, lies, and survival will leave you questioning every I love you have ever heard. If you are in a relationship or married, hit that like button now. This could be your wake-up call. In the heart of Lagos, Tosin lived what everyone called the perfect life. She was 32 years old, married to Dr. Femi Owolabi. They lived in a duplex in a gated estate. Neighbors envied her. Tosin, you don't harm our Iyawo doctor, with a husband that would treat you free forever. She believed it. Femi was her soulmate, the man who'd swept her off her feet 5 years ago at a church wedding, promising to cherish her forever. Like the Yoruba proverb said, a wife is the joy of her husband's house. But perfection, as Tosin would learn, is often just a pretty mask hiding in shadows. It started small, like most betrayals do. 3 years ago, when Tosin discovered she was pregnant with Toby, joy flooded their home. Femi, her ever-loving husband, became her world. Tosin me, this baby is a blessing from God, he would say, rubbing her growing belly with hands that had saved countless lives in his private clinic. As the months passed, her back began to ache from the weight, but Femi was there, prescribing vitamins, booking private scans, and whispering sweet words. I will take care of everything. You won't suffer for anything in my hands. When labor pains hit earlier than expected, Femi insisted on handling the delivery himself. No other doctor can touch my wife, he declared, his eyes fierce with what Tosin thought was love. I will do the C-section myself. I want to be the first to hold our child. Touched to her core, she agreed, tears streaming as they wheeled her into his clinic operating theater. Under the bright lights, with the hums of machines and Femi's reassuring voice, "Relax, my love, I am here." Anesthesia pulled her into darkness. She dreamt of their future, family barbecues by the lagoon, Toby calling her mommy for the first time. She woke up in recovery, tired but overjoyed. Toby was placed in her arms, tiny and perfect. He is strong like his father, Femi said, kissing her forehead. But soon, sharp pains stabbed her lower back, like fire spreading through her veins. It is the epidural needle, Femi explained calmly, rolling up his sleeves for the first of many injections. Normal side effects from the surgery. I will give you drugs to ease it. For weeks he pampered her. He bought expensive painkillers from abroad, hot massages with shea butter, and endless cups of herbal tea. Rest, Tosin. I will let nothing happen to you. The pain dulled to a nagging ache, and life moved on. Tosin chalked it up to motherhood's toll, grateful for her surgeon husband who made hospital bills a thing of the past. Years blurred into routine bliss. Femi's clinic boomed. He bought a sleek Toyota Highlander, upgraded their duplex with a home gym, and showered Tosin with gold jewelry. She became the envy of our women's group at church, sharing tips on marrying rights. Toby started school, a chubby cheek boy with his father's smile. But that back pain? It lingered like a quiet ghost, flaring up now and then. Femi always had an answer. Stress from carrying Toby around. Take these tablets. Tosin trusted him blindly. After all, he was the expert. Then, the pain exploded. It was a Friday evening, the kind where Lagos traffic crawls like a wounded snake. Femi was away at a medical conference in South Africa. His phone texts were full of love to his wife. I miss you, my soulmate. I'll be back soon to spoil you. I can't wait to have you in my arms. Tosin couldn't wait. Coiled on the couch, sweating through her nightie, she grabbed her car keys. Don't let me disturb him, she told herself. She drove to a quiet diagnostic center in Ikeja, one far from Femi's network. No familiar faces, just honest answers. Full abdominal scan, she told the receptionist, her voice steady despite the fire in her back. I am having a terrible back pain. In the dim scan room, the sonographer, a polite young man named Chidi, smeared cold gel on her stomach and glided the probe. Tosin stared at the ceiling fan, whiling the pain away. Minutes ticked. Chidi paused, frowning at the screen. He adjusted the machine, pressed harder on her left side, then looked up with confusion in his eyes. Madam, when exactly did you donate your left kidney? The words hung in the air like smoke. Tosin blinked, forcing a laugh. Donate? What do you mean? I have never done such thing in my life. Only my C-section 3 years ago. Chidi turned the screen toward her, pointing to the blurry image. Look here, madam. Your right kidney is fine. It's working well. But the left one, it's not there. The space was empty, with scar tissue like from surgery. It's nephrectomy, kidney removal. This probably happened around 3 years ago from the healing. The room tilted. Tosin's breath caught, her hands clutching the bed. Gone? My kidney, gone? Visions flashed. The operating table, Femi's gloved hands, the epidural needle piercing her spine. Had he not delivered a baby? Had he harvested her organ while she slept, trusting him completely? Nausea hit like a downfall bus. This is not possible, she whispered. But the scan didn't lie. Chidi's face softened with pity. Madam, you need to see a specialist. And tell your doctor husband. She stumbled out to the reception, collapsing into a plastic chair. The world blurred through tears. Her phone buzzed. Femi was calling. The screen glowed. My soulmate. Soulmate? Also taker. 5 years of marriage. And now this? The man who'd vowed to protect her had carved out her insides for profit. Black market kidneys fetched millions. Femi's sudden wealth, the clinic expansion, it all clicked like a puzzle. Tosin's mind raced back to the early days. They'd met at a hospital fundraiser. She was a bank teller. He was the charming surgeon saving lives. You will be my queen, he said on their first date. Their wedding was a spectacle. Ashwebi flowing, drummers pounding, guests toasting their power couple. But cracks had shown subtly. Femi's late night at the clinic, vague talks of helping patients in need, and once a hushed call about a donor match right after a pregnancy scan. She had dismissed it as work stress. Now, alone in that sterile waiting area, the envy of Yahoo doctor turned to poison. What about Toby? Had Femi risked her life for money, endangering their son? The pain wasn't just physical, it was a betrayal that ripped her heart. She blocked the call, hand shaking, and texted her best friend, Yemi, come to Ikeja now. This is an emergency, don't tell anybody. Yemi arrived in 30 minutes, her face pulling as Tosin spilled the story in the car. Tosin, this is a crime. Organ theft? We need to report him. They drove to a police station where a female officer listened wide-eyed. Madam, this is serious. We will investigate Dr. Wolabi. But first, get a lawyer and full medical report. From then, it snowballed. A lawyer from women's rights group took her case pro bono, digging into Femi's records. Turns out his clinic had whispers of shady dealings, patients donating under duress, links to international buyers. The C-section scar? It hid 2 incisions, one for Toby, one for her kidney. Femi returned from South Africa to chaos. He denied it at first. Tosin, it's a mix-up. The scan is wrong, but evidence mounted. Hospital logs showing extrasurgical time, a bank transfer to an offshore account post-surgery. He confessed in tears during interrogation. I did it for us. The clinic needed money. You are strong. You can survive with one. Profit over love. Tosin filed for divorce, gaining custody of Toby and half the assets. The scandal rocked Lagos. Headlines screamed, surgeon steals wife's kidney. Femi lost his license, faced jail time, and the fairy tale crumbled. But Tosin rose from their ashes. With one kidney, she monitored her health fiercely, starting a support group for women in toxic marriages. Toby grew up knowing his mom as a warrior, not a victim. Moral lesson. In the dance of love and life, trust is a double-edged knife, sharp enough to heal, deadly if wielded wrong. Never surrender your body or choices blindly, even to those you call soulmates. Demand second opinions, question the unexplained, and listen to your inner voice when pain whispers warning. If this story hits home, share it with a friend who needs to hear it. What is your take? You can comment below and subscribe for more stories that teach and transform. Thank you for watching.